Welcome to World Finance Brief. Today, we're diving into a story that has absolutely taken the tech world by storm. It all kicks off with just a single number, but believe me, it opens up this massive debate about careers, personal responsibility, and the real price of standing still.
So let's set the scene. Picture this. It's 2020. You just graduated, you've landed a job at Tata Consultancy Services, one of the biggest IT companies in India, and your starting salary per month, 25,000 rupees. Not a bad start at all, right? You're officially in the game. Okay, now, fast forward 5.5 years. We're in 2026. With all that experience under your belt, you're expecting a pretty nice pay bump. But in this real-life story, the salary is now 22,800 rupees. Yeah, you heard that right. It actually went down. So how in the world is that even possible? This isn't just some made-up number. This is the actual story of a developer at TCS, and it has the whole industry buzzing. To really understand how a salary can go backwards, we have to unpack the entire 5.5-year journey. See, this wasn't some random corporate pay cut. It was a domino effect of very specific choices and, well, consequences.
So here's the play-by-play. He joins in 2020, and for the next 5 years, he consistently gets low performance ratings. That eventually leads to him being put on a performance improvement plan, a PIP, in mid-2025. He manages to find a new project just in the nick of time, so the PIP goes away. By the start of 2026, he's even skilled up as a Java developer. But that's when a whole new problem pops up.
Now, what's so compelling here is how honest the employee is about the whole thing. He openly admits that after he got the job, his head wasn't really in the IT game. He was pouring all his energy into studying for government exams. And that lack of focus on upskilling is what led directly to those bad reviews, and ultimately his company just froze any chance of a pay raise. And for anyone who isn't familiar with that term, PIP, it's a big deal. A performance improvement plan is basically the company giving you a formal, documented warning. They're saying, look, you have to hit these specific targets or your job is on the line. So yeah, getting put on a PIP is a huge red flag in anyone's career. So here's the twist. Even after he turns things around and learns new skills, his past comes back to bite him. He's acing technical interviews for new jobs, but the moment recruiters ask for his salary slips and see that shockingly low number for someone with over 5 years in the field, they get spooked and pull the offers. He's literally being trapped by his own salary history. And that is why this story just completely blew up online. It's about so much more than one person's salary. It taps into this really deep anxiety that's bubbling just under the surface of the entire IT industry. You know, this whole situation is a perfect example of what experts call a career plateau. That's the point you hit where you just feel stuck, like there's almost zero chance of moving up anymore. This story is a case study in how not actively managing your own skills can put you right there. Employed, sure, but your career's going nowhere. I mean, this single post has started arguments about everything. People are questioning if the performance review systems at these giant IT companies even work. They're debating how much pay should really be tied to performance, and it's all wrapped up in this general fear about job security and whether wages can even grow anymore in tech.
But here's the cool part. The online community didn't just sit around and point out the problem. People immediately jumped in with some really solid advice on how to get out of this mess. A real path to recovery. This comment from another Reddit user pretty much nails the main strategy everyone was suggesting. The idea is to forget the big corporate world for a bit. Go to startups. Why? Because you can learn an insane amount in a really short time, and then you strategically jump to another company every year or two to completely reset your salary expectations. So the advice really boils down to 3 potential game plans. Number 1, the startup strategy we just talked about. Learn fast, job hop, and build a whole new track record. Number 2, the MBA route. This is like a hard reset, moving from a technical job to a management track and leaving that old salary bracket behind for good. And number 3, rewrite the narrative. Be upfront about the past, but put all the focus on the new skills you have now to prove you've completely turned a corner. When you look at this whole saga, it really brings us to a huge, fundamental question about the modern workplace. It's something every single one of us, whether we're on tech or not, should probably be thinking about. So, what's the real lesson here? Is sticking with one big, stable company for years a potential trap that just leads to complacency? Or is this whole thing really just a story about personal responsibility? A reminder that if you don't constantly learn new things and steer your own career, you've really got no one else to blame. You could argue it either way for sure. So, what do you think? Is the system more at fault, or is it the individual? We really want to know your takes, so let us know down in the comments. And for more deep dives like this from World Finance Brief, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching.